There's a feeling I can't quite explain. It eats you out of nowhere. A song, a smell, the light at a certain hour, and suddenly you're somewhere else. Someone else. Not sad exactly, not happy either, just heavy. That's nostalgia, but I don't think we talk about it honestly enough. Because nostalgia isn't just missing the past, it's missing versions of yourself that no longer exist. It's grieving a life you maybe never even lived, and I felt all of it. What is nostalgia really? Most people think nostalgia is simple, just missing the past. But when I actually sat with that feeling, really sat with it, I realized that's much stranger than that. The word itself comes from two Greek words, nostos, returning home, algos, pain. Nostalgia is literally the pain of not being able to return. But here's what nobody tells you. You're not trying to return to a place, you're trying to return to a feeling. A version of yourself that existed in that moment. And that version is gone forever. I had a first love, I was young, I still am. And sometimes that nostalgia is so hard that almost feels violent. It's not about that person anymore, it's about who I was when I was with them. The version of me that felt things for the first time. The lie we tell ourselves. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. That past you're missing, it probably never existed the way you remember it. The brain doesn't store memories like a camera, it reconstructs them. Every time you remember something, you're not replaying it, you're rebuilding it. And every time you rebuild it, you make it a little more beautiful than it was. My time in Iceland, the emptiness, the silence, the cold, in my memories it's almost perfect. But I know, if I'm honest, there were hard moments too. Moments of doubt, of loneliness that wasn't peaceful, just lonely. But my mind kept the line and erased the rest. That's what nostalgia does. It's a highlight reel you didn't choose to edit. And you watch it on repeat, convinced that's how it really was. So we're not missing the past. We're missing a fiction. A beautiful, careful, curated fiction our own mind created to protect us. The question is, why does it feel more real than the present? Why we feel it more now? I think our generation feels nostalgia differently. More intensely, more often. And I don't think it's a coincidence. We live in a world that moves faster than we can process it. Every day there is something new to consume, to react to forget. The present never gets the chance to settle. So the past feels like the only thing that's stable, the only thing that can't be taken away or updated. But there is something else. Social media shows you your own past constantly. 3 years ago today. A memory from 5 years back. We are the first generation to have our entire youth archived and served back to us on demand. And it's doing something strange to us. We're becoming nostalgic in real time, missing moments before they even ever. I've caught myself thinking, I'm going to miss this. Not after, during. Standing somewhere beautiful. Already grieving living it. That's new. That's something our parents never felt the same way. And I think it's making it harder to actually live. Because you can't be present in a moment you're already mourning. What to do with it? So what to do with all of this? I'm not going to tell you to living in the present. You've heard that 1,000 times and it never really helped. But here's what I've started to think. Maybe nostalgia isn't the enemy. Maybe it's a compass. When something makes you nostalgic, really nostalgic, that violent kind that stops you mid-sentence. It's telling you something. It's pointing at a feeling you valued deeply, a version of yourself you respected, a state of being you want to find again. My nostalgia for Iceland isn't really about Iceland. It's telling me I need silence, space, emptiness. That something in my current life is too loud. My nostalgia for my first love isn't really about that person. It's telling me I want to feel things that deeply again. To be that open, that unguarded. And the nostalgia I felt for eras I never lived, the aesthetics, the slowness, the textures of a time before existed. That's telling me something about the world I want to build around myself. So maybe instead of running from nostalgia or drowning in it, you listen to it. You ask it, what are you trying to show me? Because the past can't be returned to, but the feeling it gave you, those can be rebuilt. That's what I'm trying to do. One intentional decision at a time. Nostalgia hurts because it reminds you that time only moves one way. But maybe that's the point. Not to go back, but to understand what made those moments worth missing, and to build something worth being nostalgic about. See you next time.